This is not an ordinary job. And it's very challenging in many, many ways, but it has such unique rewards to it, indescribable rewards, that it attracts people who are just passionate. As one student, and many students, in fact, have articulated, I couldn't not do this. I had to do this. And I felt that way myself as a young midwife.
Hi, Suzy. It's your buddy, Joanne. I've known you now for 43 years, first as one of my midwives, and then as a colleague and fellow traveler on this amazing journey, preparing more midwives and shaping the future of the midwifery profession.
I'm Jody Graniger, Suzy's partner.
And I'm Sarah Bryan, Suzy's daughter.
And this whole adventure began 40-some years ago when Suzy and friends started a birth collective, and Sarah was the first baby from the community.
And now, all these years later, myself and all of my friends have really benefited from Suzy's expertise about birth and about pregnancy.
And I've watched in picnics countless hundreds, if not thousands, of babies and families who come to celebrate and this wonderful experience that we've had together.
And we're so proud.
So proud of you. Love you.
Love you.
You were part of the Fremont Women's Clinic, part of a wave of new feminist healthcare workers in the 1970s, and a founder of the Birth Collective, a group audacious enough to think that we could take birth into our own hands.
Hi, Suzy. Steve Wood here. I just want to let you know what a great friend you've been for the past 40-plus years. I remember back in '74 when you and your co-conspirators at the Seattle Midwifery Clinic got me involved both in the clinic and in the Fremont Birth Collective. I never imagined at that time that I'd be traveling all over the place, rushing to make 1 a.m. ferries for births, or relaxing after a birth with placenta and onions for our 5 a.m. snack. I also remember our fledgling efforts with you and Jody in our little study group trying to understand Marx and Engels and Lenin and Mao to try to understand the state of the left in Seattle and where we might fit. I also look back at how important you are to who I am in terms of my own sort of dive into social justice, and I think that a lot of the efforts back then really played a huge role in my life. I've been really lucky to know you through all your time and your trajectory, and watching you from Fremont to Seattle Midwifery School to the MPH and to your work at Bastyr. And all through that trajectory, you've remained the sweet, inquisitive, thoughtful, and supportive Suzy that I've always known. So I think it's really a great testament to you and to your role as a leader in women's health. Suzy, you really rock. Thanks.
After proudly practicing midwifery illegally for several years, you and Marge Mansfield, Susan Anemone, Suzy Rivard, and others founded the Seattle Midwifery School in 1978. You tested the old state licensing law and became the first licensed midwives in the state who had graduated from the school. Breaking ground yet once again, one of the first SMS graduates, Therese Charvet, became the founding president of the Midwives Alliance of North America.
I'm Therese Charvet, sometimes known as Teddy Charvet, and I graduated from Seattle Midwifery School in 1981. I was part of the first class that graduated after the pilot, and Suzy Meyers is the one who interviewed me for that in her backyard. And we had a wonderful time as student and midwife, and later for 13 years we worked together at Seattle Midwifery School with myself as program director and her on faculty. She is an epic midwife. Suzy, you are awesome. Love you.
When we realized that we really could attract students, and in fact they were coming from all over the country to attend SMS, we knew we needed to get serious about creating an institution that could survive. Marge served as the first academic director, overseeing curriculum development, hiring faculty, and managing students. I became the executive director, working with our board of directors to develop policies and procedure, manage administration and finance, fundraise, always fundraising. Our faculty grew over the years with the addition of fabulous instructors like Helen Gable. We learned how to gauge its students more effectively in their learning through skits and storytelling, and we had a little fun. We brought hands-on skills training into the classroom to better prepare students for their community-based clinical sites, and the students kept coming. Penny Simkin helped us see outside the midwifery box and see the place for doulas in maternity care. She created the first labor support course at SMS. We hired Annie Kennedy to oversee our extension education programs. She eventually became the founding president of Doulas of North America. She brought in internationally acclaimed birth professionals like Michelle Odant, Sheila Kitzinger, and Ina Mae Gaskin. We were even so bold as to convene a maternity care summit in 1999 to chart the future of maternity care in the U.S. The consummate networker, you always have built community. You did it by growing our SMS board of directors, hosting things like our Mother's Day picnics and various fundraising events. And through it all, the students kept coming. Suzy, you've been an inspiration to so many, not just as a midwife and teacher and community builder, but as a leader in the profession, starting in 1983 when you became the founding president of the Midwives Association of Washington State, modeling the way for midwifery collaboration between direct entry midwives such as yourself and certified nurse midwives like Kathy Carr, who served as vice president. And this went on right through 2002 when you joined the board of directors of the still new National Association of Certified Professional Midwives. Today, you're still mentoring a new generation of leaders, including Audrey Levine and Tanya Komet, SMS grads now serving as co-presidents of NACPM.
My name is Tanya, and I am an SMS grad. So lucky to have attended the school where Suzy was a founding mother, and to have had her as my instructor and preceptor. That education prepared me for a future I did not anticipate as a midwife in community clinic settings in Sacramento. It seems I've been following in Suzy's footsteps. She recruited me for the board of the National Association of CPMs, where she had served as president. Now, as co-president, I remain guided by her vision. 3 years ago, I joined Suzy's dream team at Bastyr, alongside others who've been educated and guided by Suzy. We're among the many who now serve across the country in community birth practices, NGOs, public health, and as advocates, thanks to the push, prod, and pull of Suzy's leadership.
The Seattle Midwifery School, by the way, was founded in 1978, the same year that Bastyr University was founded. And many years later, we entered into a conversation about our mutual goals. This was in 2008.
We are well along in a due diligence period evaluating the potential to acquire the Seattle Midwifery School and develop a graduate degree program in midwifery to strengthen our historic commitment to midwife-assisted childbirth.
Really, it resulted in a merger agreement in 2009. Then we applied for regional accreditation for our very unique Master's in Midwifery degree in 2010. So that began our unique program here at Bastyr University, offering a Master of Science degree in midwifery, the only degree of its kind in North America.
Hi, Suzy. This is Nancy. I'm at home thinking of you. I remember when we first met. Do you remember? Biostats. And over all these years, what's most inspired me is that you're always both practical, what will work, and you remain an optimist about our country, about everything that we're going through. It's exciting still to know you as a friend. Love you and know that we'll be friends on your next path. Bye.
Hi, Suzy. It's Wendy Gordon. It seems like not that long ago when I was a baby student midwife, amazed that I was given the chance to sit at your feet and learn from the Suzy Meyers, one of the founders of the renowned Seattle Midwifery School. It seems like not that long ago when I graduated from the program and became a colleague of the Suzy Meyers, a national leader in the midwifery profession. Seems like not that long ago when I began co-teaching the Midwifery Care series with the Suzy Meyers, the person whose voice so many midwives have in their ears when they're attending births. I simultaneously feel wholly unprepared to be the next department chair and completely ready because you've prepared me so well over the last 15 years just by being your amazing self. Thank you, Suzy, for everything you have taught me. I can only hope to have a fraction of the impact that you have had on hundreds of midwives, families, and the profession. I love you.
It's been such a privilege to walk this journey with you, Suzy. We've celebrated many anniversaries over the years, and tonight, the 40th anniversary of the founding of the Seattle Midwifery School. Imagine that. Thank you for all that you've accomplished, your dedication. You are an inspiration to so many.